Hello everybody and welcome again to the grammar explanation videos. Today we're having a look at the active and passive voice, okay? Why do I say we have a look at the active and passive voice? You're not really going to learn active voice because active voice is what you already know and use and refer to as normal sentences, okay? The common sentences, the normal way, the usual way we speak in English is in active sentences. Well, passive is a little bit more common in English than in other languages, I guess. Like Spanish, for example, if you're a Spanish native, you probably don't use passive all that much in Spanish. But hey, in English, you need to learn it. To start with, you need to learn it because it's probably in your curriculum somewhere and because it's really used in English, okay? So, what's this voice thing? What's active or passive? Okay, we're not talking about a verb tense today. Okay, actually the idea is you know all the verb tenses. Okay, most of the verb tenses, all the verb tenses. Okay, these are already very complex structures and very abstract, complex ideas. Okay, so this. We'll make it easy, we'll make it simple, we'll make it very understandable, but you already know the verb tenses, okay? Actually, if you learn in passive, you know all the verb tenses, main verb tenses you need to communicate, and you use them, okay? Because you're supposed to be able to use most of the verb tenses English has without a problem. So now you go into these more difficult structures, more difficult things, okay? So just have a quick look at the 3 sentences I've given you, yeah? My brother has broken 3 windows, the technician will fix my laptop, and thieves stole 2 valuable paintings. Okay? So these are normal sentences, they are in different verb tenses, has broken, will fix, and stole. There's three tenses there, 3 different tenses. And there's just nothing common, yeah, between all these sentences. There's nothing they have in common except one thing. Well, maybe a couple things they've got in common, but the main thing is that they are all active, and I'm underlining the subjects right now. I'm underlining the subject. Okay, so why am I underlining the subject? Why is that important for us? If you're a school student or if you're studying the language formally, you know the subject is the person or the thing that is doing an action in a sentence, okay? That's like the protagonist of your sentence, okay? Why is that important? Why do we need to know who's the most important, who plays the most important role in a sentence, who does the action? Well, because in passive voice, we are going to hide that character, that role, this subject. We don't want you to know the subject. This is what passive is for. The subject is not important, not relevant. So we hide the subject, okay? So passive is hide. It hides the subject. Okay? That's how I like to explain it, okay? It's not a formal grammatical explanation. The idea behind this passive voice is that I need to tell you the information. I need to give you the same information as in these sentences. It has to be correct, it has to be grammatical, and I have to hide the subject from you. Now, I could just say, somebody has broken the windows, somebody will fix my laptop, and somebody stole 2 valuable paintings. But I'm not really hiding the subject if I say somebody. I would be changing the subject, okay? I would be changing the subject by an unknown subject, but the subject is still there. So the reader or the person you talk to, you'll tell them somebody stole those paintings. They will still want to know who that somebody is, okay? You are not hiding the information from them. You're just replacing the information with an unknown information, which is probably a lie. So you are lying. But there's a way in English, there's a way in grammar, grammatically, to hide this information, to hide the subject. To hide the subject and not lie, okay? So we're not lying, we're just hiding the subject. So let's start with the last one, okay? Because we've got it here. We've got this verb, okay? And we've got two valuable paintings, okay? It's the object. Object. Okay? If thieves are the subject, it's the one who does the action. Stole is the action, and the two valuable paintings are the object of the action, yeah? The thing that this action is performed on, or to, or with, okay? In certain cases. Now, we want to say this, but we don't want to make the other person think that there is a subject. We just change it somehow. So we take these two valuable paintings and we say two valuable paintings. Two valuable paintings. We start there and we say were stolen. Full stop. This is a passive voice sentence, okay? There's nothing else you need. There's literally nothing else you need. This sentence is 100% correct. It's 100% understandable, and it's 100% grammatical. So there's nothing missing here, really. There's literally nothing missing there. And if I tell you two valuable paintings were stolen at the museum last night, you see, I'm not pointing my finger at anyone. I'm not saying they were thieves. Of course, you understand they weren't stolen by a ghost, but you're not even thinking about who stole them. That's the whole objective. When I use passive voice, I hide. I use it to hide the subject of the action and try to trick the listener or the reader into not thinking about the subject. So what we did here, let's have a moment and analyze this sentence. So we will start and we will analyze this sentence. We will see what happened there. Okay, how did we make that passive sentence? Okay, so we've got thieves stole two valuable paintings, and as we said before, we want to hide the subject. So we will just take the subject away. That's the first idea. Step number one. We take the subject away. We hide it. What's the next? We need to remember what verb tense the verb is in, right? And this is, let me think, stole. Do you remember those irregular verbs? Steal, stole, stolen. Am I right? Did I make a mistake there? Yeah, it's past. Simple. Horrible handwriting. Give me a second. I'm so excited about the passive voice that my handwriting is horrible because I want to make it very clear and very quick. Past. Simple. Also known as simple past, yeah? So, this verb is in past simple, okay? This verb here is in past simple. Stole. So I need to remember that, okay? That's my second step. I need to remember that. Then I need to find the object, okay? Now, when I find the object, that is the center of my sentence right now, okay? So I've changed my focus, okay? My focus, when, you know what focus is? When you concentrate on something, you focus on something. When you've got a camera, you focus on the main subject of your picture, yeah? You need to show something in the most important position, you focus on that. So when I say a sentence in active voice, a normal sentence, your focus falls on the subject normally. So now I want your focus to go to the object. How do I do it? I put it in the front of the sentence, okay? I place it in the very beginning. So I find the object, and my second step is to, number 2, my second step, number 2 is to place the object in the very beginning of the sentence, okay? So that done, I can cross the object away, and now I've got this stole thing, okay? But I cannot use the same verb tense because I cannot use the verb in the same form because I've changed the grammar of the sentence. Maybe you haven't noticed yet, but I've changed my sentence a lot. So when I change my sentence that much, what I need to do is I need to insert a verb. And what verb do I insert? I need to insert the verb to be. I need to insert the verb to be. I'll just write be. But I can't just say 2 valuable paintings be, yeah? I need to remember what verb tense was that. Oh, that verb tense was past simple. So I write be in past simple. I keep the past simple tense, okay? Because I need to give you the same. It's an arrow. This is an arrow. Ooh. B. Arrow. And this is where. Okay, I need to give you the same information. This is a plus. I need to give you the same information. So I need to keep the verb tense the same, okay? So I keep the past simple, but I add it to the verb be, and I make it a complex structure. Now there's not only one verb, there's 2 verbs. So I insert this verb be in past simple, and of course now this is my new subject, the 2 valuable paintings. You see there's 2 of them, so I cannot say was. I need to say where, because there's not 1, there's 2. You see what happened? The object was in plural, the subject was in plural as well. So, doesn't make a difference, but it could be different. This one could be in singular. We'll see that in a moment. So, 2 valuable paintings, where, and now I've got where, I cannot use the same verb tense and add another verb in the same verb tense. You know that doesn't happen in English. You couldn't have said where stole, for example. You couldn't say 2 valuable paintings were stole. It just doesn't work out. What happens in English? When you have a complex verb tense in a combination you have a combination of 2 verbs in a sentence for one single action, normally the second verb is either participle or a gerund, okay? So in this case, we've got a past participle, okay? Irregular verbs, remember? So it's what we say the third form of the verb, which is past participle. The third form if the third form if it is irregular, and if it was regular, it would be just an ed ending. Okay, so this is a bit confusing if you look at it, but if you followed it, you probably understood it. Yeah. So let's step down. Let's stop down for a second. Let's pause. Yeah. Let's have a short pause and think on what happened. So step number 1, we took thieves away. Step number 2, we went to the object and we place it there. Step number 3, we'll write a big 3 here. Step number 1, step number, where's 2, and step number 3. Okay, this is the order in which you understand, in which I at least understand how you transform an active sentence into a passive. Okay, so I don't need to tell you about other verb tenses, but I'll make the next example. We'll go from bottom to the top.